good way of tuning a bass guitar is by using a tuner. However, there will be situations where you will not have a tuner, and it's good to learn this stuff anyway, because it will just help you in the long run, trust me. Okay, so don't rely on a tuner. A tuner's good, you plug it in, you tune to it, it's simple, okay? There are other methods of tuning that you should know, okay? So we're going to go through those today. Alright, okay, so firstly, go to my website, learnbass.net. On learnbass.net you will see a tuner, okay, and then you're going to play your corresponding notes to the corresponding notes, E, A, D, G, on the tuner. Simple enough, okay? You want the notes to be exactly the same notes, okay then? This is how you do it. First of all, you go to take an E, for example. Boom. Now let's take a G. Let's go down, up. It's a G, okay? There's a G, right? Here's my G string. This string here, we know that, okay? Let's take this right out, okay? And then we're going to tune to this G, alright? Now listen. Now that's slightly out, yeah? And if your note is slightly out, you get a warbling sound. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, listen to this. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Can you hear that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, it's kind of warbling, right? That's because it's slightly out. The closer you get to your note, the less it warbles, okay? And she's in. Voila! Simple. Go to the D string on the bass tuner on the site. Come down just to show you. Take the D string, which is this string, okay? And we're going to move up. There she is. Okay? If I slightly out, I get the warble. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay? But in. I'm not going to pay too much attention because there's lots to get through. Same again. So the E, A string, A note, voila. Okay? Lastly, the E string. And tune until you get it right. If I'm right out, they don't sound the same. No, they do. There's a reason that I was able to do that so quickly, and that's because I've been doing it for years. When I first started doing it, oh man, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't hear the notes. I didn't know ever how to go up or down. I was really, really confused, and you're going to be really confused as well, okay? And it's going to really bug you for a long, long while. But don't just rely on the tuner. Get this down because it's a good tool to have. If you're playing live on stage and your tuner's got beer all over it and it's not working, and oh my god, I'm stuck, but your guitarist has got locking nuts and he's always in tune, you can take an E off him and you can tune voila to him, yeah? And that's what I want to go into next. Taking one note off another person and then using the 5th fret method, alright, okay? You can take a E, say you want to take an E note, you could take it off anybody, okay, but was in tune. You could take it off a piano, a cello, a guitar, you know, like for example, this guitar's in tune, it's an E note, okay? Once I've got that E note, okay, I can go ahead and do the 5th fret method, okay? And how to do that is like this. We know the E's in tune because we tuned it to my guitarist over there, and I know he's in tune because he never goes out of tune, okay? So I'll go to the 5th fret on the E string, like so, okay? Now that 5th fret on the E string is an A, obviously, sorry, okay? That's an A note, yeah, the 5th fret on the E string. This is an A string, coincidentally, so they're going to sound the same. They're going to be exactly the same note, okay? So if they're not, we have to make them sound the same, alright? So in this example, we're tuning the A string, because we know this note's in tune, we know that this string's definitely in tune, so we have to make the A sound like that 5th fret, okay? Which we're going to do right now. I'm just messing with the tuning pegs, obviously, up and down, makes it go up and down. That'll do. Right, okay, we take exactly the same example for the next string. We're going to tune the D string, so we go to the 5th fret on the A string, which is the D note, 5th fret on the A string, we push down, okay, and then we ring out the D note. They have to sound the same. Just come right out on the D note, just give you the D string, just to give you an example. Alright, so we're going to go to the 5th fret on the A string, push that down, then we're going to play the open D string. Oh my god, they're not in tune. What am I going to do? I'm going to tune the D string up to that note. You have to kind of memorise the note. Okay, cool. And then you have to take your finger off, obviously, to tune. Like so, alright? Okay, that'll do for now. And lastly, we're going to go to the 5th fret on the D string, which is a G, and then there's the G string, okay? The G string has to sound like the 5th fret on the D string, because we know the 5th fret on the D string is in tune. Alright, so we're going to tune up the G string up to the 5th fret, exactly the same sound as the 5th fret on the D string, which is also a G note. Sounds confusing. This is the type of thing that it's a lot easier when there's people just in front of you and it's a real-time lesson and it's not on the internet. But however, we're going to get through this. That is really simple. I might have really complicated it. If I did, I apologise. Next we're going to come to tuning with harmonics, okay? Which gives you a better and more precise way of tuning. If you don't know what harmonics are, there's a link below, right there. It's going to be down there somewhere if you're watching this on YouTube or my blog, and then you can figure out what harmonics are, okay? But just to quickly reiterate, basically we're going to go to the 5th fret on the E string, the little bit of metal on this side, okay? We're going to lightly put our finger over, and when we do we get a harmonic. Okay, I'm not going to go into that anymore. If you want to go over there, check out that lesson, it's a good one. Okay, so in this instance we're going to go to the 5th fret on the E string, and we're going to put our finger over this harmonic here, which is this side, the bass body side, obviously, and we're going to get that note. Okay, then we're going to go to the A string, and we're going to do exactly the same thing on the 7th fret. Okay, they should sound the same. If they don't, for example, we're going to tune it up. This is a really hard lesson to do. Feel for me, guys. It's not anything creative I can put into it. It's like a really academic thing, you know. Okay, cool. So yeah, okay, 5th fret on the E string, 7th fret on the A string, 2 harmonics. Then we're going to go down to the 5th fret on the A string, to the 7th fret on the D string. They're going to sound the same. If they don't, you're out of tune. Voila. Okay, they're in tune. And then we're going to go down to the 5th fret on the D string, and the 7th fret on the G string, yeah? Slightly out. See how precise that is? It's a nice cut-in sound. I can hear the warble from hell. This would be a good example of the warble, actually. Listen. A warble, 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 warble. Hear that? Make the warble go away. Kill the warble. They're all in tune. Great. So that's it. That's basically it. We are now in standard tuning. Okay. E, A, D, G. We can do it by using any tuner on the internet. We can use a tuner. Go to my website. Use a tuner. You can tune to another instrument. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's a skill that comes in time, and it's a skill that takes time to master as well. But you'll get it, okay? Another little tip is, if you can't hear the notes properly that you're trying to correspond to, take your bass off a little bit, because sometimes the notes get wrapped up in that warm, round bass sound. Put loads of treble on, okay? Because then those notes will be able to cut through a little bit more. Cool. Okay, let us take a look at the drop tunings, okay, which are used in metal, and mostly used in metal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the D note on the D string, voila, okay, and we're going to drop this E, okay, down to that D. So we're going to take that note, boom, and we're going to drop the E down to the D. They should now sound the same, because they're exactly the same note. However, we play it on the E string because it gives us a lower sound, and that's why it's used so much in metal and things like that. Really deep, low, raw, good sound that is, yeah. Okay then, so we have that method we used. We tuned the E string down to a D by using the D string. I'm going to leave that there. Right, okay, I'm going to tune back up to the E. That was one method of dropping your D. Another method would be just to find another D on the fretboard, okay, and then do exactly the same thing. In that instance, we used the D string, okay. So how about we find another D? Okay, there's a D on the A string right there on the 5th fret. Let's drop the E down to that D. It's exactly the same note. You're going to get exactly the same result because it's a D. Okay, simple as that, guys. It really is. You can get these things. My friends have got these things. He's in a Rage Against the Machine tribute band, and he has this thing on his up here, and he clicks it, boom, and it takes it straight down to a D. That's cool. You can get things like that. But some people, I mean, what I used to find was that I really needed to learn how to drop the D quickly because when I was gigging loads, some songs were in D and some songs weren't in D, so it'd be like you literally had to go bam, boom, done. Okay, it really is as quick as that. And you know, it would probably be rare that I'd have a whole set list that was just drop D, you know, or just learn to transpose everything as well. But you're always going to get that heavier edge. Okay, so we're going to look at its very, very close cousin now, which is just dropping down half a step. So the drop D is used in metals and you know, things like that. The dropping down half a step is was used a lot in the 90s in grunge and stuff like that. Anyway, dropping down half a step, okay? We take a note. First of all, let's look at a little bit of theory. A whole step is 2 frets, yeah? Like so. Bum, 2 frets to another fret. 2 frets in between like that. So, dun, dun, dun. That's a whole step. That gap there is a whole step. 2 frets. Alright, it's all in my major scale video, which I'll put a link of below, yeah? Whole step, whole step, whole step, whole step, whole step. So therefore, half step, fret to fret. Okay? So if you take a fret and then you go to another fret, that's a half a step up. Or in this instance, okay, so we take this E here, sorry, an E here. If I was to like go half a step down from there, where would I go? Yeah, you got it right there. A fret down, okay? If I was to go half a step up, where would I go? I'd go a fret up. Half a step down, half a step up. Oh, okay? So if we were going to take our E string and tune it half a step down, okay, like Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam, loads of bands like that, Soundgarden used to do, okay, we're going to take the E, right, there, okay, on the A string, E, we're going to go half a step down, right there. We're using the A string because we don't want to use the one on the E string because that's the string we're going to be tuning and it's only going to confuse us. Okay, so the E, half step down, straight there. So we're going to tune to that note there. Alright? There you go, there she is. Cool. Alice in Chains would. And I'm going to upload a lesson of that very soon. So now I'm half a step down. My E is now half a step down, okay? Used in grunges and things like that, and musics like that, okay? And that is pretty much it for tuning. There's nothing I can really be creative about here. There's no ideas I've given you the tools. There's loads of stuff on the internet on how to do it. It's a case of just getting down and learning how to do it yourself and training your ear to do it. There's no real shortcuts with this one at all. It's a very academic lesson. I hope it's helped a little bit, and I hope you've found some learning in it. Okay guys, you take care and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.